I am going to move The First Omen to second place, not only because this one takes first place, but because after rewatching The Omen that came out first, not The First Omen, but rewatching the Omen that came out first, there's a lot of plot holes. I could say, like, the mom was the jackal. Like, straight up, they say, your mother was a jackal. When they unbury the mother, it is the skeleton of a dog form, aka a jackal. So it really takes The First Omen and just ruins the whole thing. Because how are we watching the mom's point of view if the mom was a jackal? Really lowered the bar for me. I was like, so my favorite movie this year is actually stupid. It's pointless now because she was a jackal. I forgot about that part. So it's definitely going to be third place because I rewatched the original Mean Girls, rewatched the musical Mean Girls this year. Still holds up, still my second place. So first place is, I'm so excited because it's my number one most anticipated as well, Deadpool and Wolverine. Saw it opening night. It was really cool. My husband and I get there and they're like, oh, the only row we have is just first row. And we're like, oh, okay, I've sat pretty close before. It should be fine. We were literally in the theater going like, so I go up and I'm like, can I please change the tickets? Because we can't see a shit thing. So we ended up seeing it in 3D. This movie was great. I still cannot stop listening to NSYNC's Bye Bye Bye. This is spoiler all over the place. I cannot talk about this movie without spoiling it. It was epic. When I watched the trailer and I saw the TVA from Loki in it, and I know a lot of people don't like Goliath, but I freaking love Goliath, and that means that there was Loki somewhere around. Like, we're basically in Loki. Season 1 and season 2 of the TV show Loki. Like, amazing. I loved it. I don't know why I put that down because I didn't go over. It's rated R. Marvel Studios, rated R. It was very self-aware. It kind of got annoying how he had to keep referring to himself as the Marvel Jesus and the Messiah and all that stuff. It kind of got boring after a while, but with those jokes. It's rated R. It's 2 hours and 7 minutes. Directed by Sean Levy. The cast, oh my god, the cast is Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool, Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. If you don't know, Henry Cavill is featured as another variant of Wolverine. Daphne Keane as Laura, which is the girl who played in Logan. Emma Corrin as Cassandra Nova. Didn't care for the protagonist, didn't care for the antagonist, like most Marvel films, the antagonist, I really was leading up to the Kang saga, and so now with what happened to the actor there, he's not going to be Kang anymore, so now I'm just like, meh. I felt like her storyline was weird. I would have rather seen a different variant of her brother, let's just say. But no, it is her. I was like, I guess. Channing Tatum as Gambit, and that was really cool because Channing Tatum has wanted to play Gambit forever, so this is a sneak preview of Gambit getting his movie, and I hope he actually gets a full-on movie, but maybe with a better costume, maybe something a little bit more believable. And then we also had Jennifer Garner as Elektra came back. That was really cool. Wesley Snipes as Blade, stating he's the only Blade there will ever be, as they are making a new Blade currently. Savage. Love him. Chris Evans, not as Captain America. That was such a great, like, I died. When I saw him, I was like, Captain America. I was thinking same thing, Deadpool, and he's like, he's gonna say it. Hugh Jackman, or Wolverine's like, say what? And he's like, Avengers Ascent, flame on! Because Chris Evans as Johnny Storm from the Fantastic Four. That was a good one. And he was cussing up a storm, and that's what pissed off Cassandra, whatever, Nova, and all that stuff. That was great. And then Matthew McConaughey as, nope, not Matthew McConaughey. He was in it. He was the cowboy Deadpool. Blake Lively was the female Deadpool. I really thought it was going to be Taylor Swift, but I guess it was his wife. I still don't know who was under the suit, because that did not look like Blake Lively, but I could be wrong. I don't know. And I really don't care, especially after all the drama from It Ends With Us. Like, who cares? I'm going to put Matthew and his last name back down here as Paradox. But Deadpool and Wolverine, if you guys do not know, I love Hugh Jackman so much. And I saw the Easter egg. I caught on to the Easter egg of, this is the greatest show. When they're fighting in the car and the radio's going, they start the theme song of The Greatest Showman. And I was like, oh my God, oh my God. Like, I was nerding out so much, you guys. And then, like I said, Chris Evans showing up, but he's not Captain America. He's Johnny Storm. I was like, what the fuck? Like, oh my God, it's so great. And the dance of Bye Bye Bye, like, oh my God, in sync. And he has like, they're like, oh, we're not gonna undo and give disloyalty to what happened to Wolverine and Logan. We're not gonna do that. Yeah, fuck it, we are. Deadpool just has such a great comedic timing to him. Dogpool was amazing, and I actually really like Goodpool too. How he's like he's like, yeah, of course that's my dog, and he's like, no, you don't have to choose who you want as your owner, and he's like, oh, okay. And then he uses him as a human shield because he wants the golden guns, and Deadpool uses Goodpool as a human shield, and he's like, so how long does it take for you to regenerate? And he's like, regenerate? Because they all regenerate. He's like, what are you talking about? Regenerate? And you saw actual like sadness from Deadpool. Like his little expression was like, oh shit. He's like, well, fuck it. And so he uses him as a human shield. And I love when he's like, he died as a sacrifice. He's like, he died for murder. Just amazing. I just loved it. So far, it was the best theatrical. It was the best cast. It was the most to what I expected. I wanted to see it opening night, so I hit that mark. And yeah, it still was really great. It, again, doesn't move the MCU forward. If they can start letting people cuss, I'll be at every MCU film. But I don't know. I did like how we're now actually getting actual X-Men into the MCU. Seeing Elektra and Wesley Snipes as Blade, like, it was all great. Even Channing Tatum, at first I didn't get it until I remembered he wanted to be Gambit for so long. So far, this is the best film. So, #1, for sure.